Today we've got in the 2017 Cadillac CT6. We are looking at the lower control arm, the front lower control arm, so that we're not talking about the arm that holds the shock. We're talking about the front. So I already started this a little bit. To get these off, you want to take out the two corners. If you're assuming you're doing both sides, take out both corners, just all the screws around the perimeter of it. Then you should be able to shimmy it out. And then take out this nut and bolt. They're 22 millimeters, both sides. The nut comes off this side, and then the bolt slides out real easy. And then you got a 21 millimeter nut here. And if the nut stays stuck to the threads and the ball joint shaft starts spinning, you got a 6 millimeter here to hold the shaft from spinning while you take the nut off. So both of my control arms have issues. You can see this one, something shoved this way over at some point. It should be perfectly round like this. This is the new one. But this got shoved over, and it really bent this bad. But I also have the rubber in here separating from the center cone on the other side too. So we're doing both front lower control arms. Now to get it out, you can do it the opposite way of going in. I'm going to show you the fastest way. If you want to do it the right way, feel free. It's not that much harder, but so to take it out is the opposite way of what I'm doing now. So you're going to take it, you're going to go above the tie rod, just stick the ball joint in the hole, and then this side I'm going to peel the shields down. It's a lot easier with two hands. You're going to peel the shields down like that to move it out. There we go. So now we got this in place, and got the ball joint in place. So yeah, to take it out, you pretty much just pull this straight down. You gotta kind of force it that way so that you get around the sway bar. So yeah, you gotta pull these down. So if you wanna, you can take these two off. It'll make it easier, and you won't damage this. You can see it's creased. It's creased right here. However you want to do it. So now when you tighten your bolts here, you want to make sure your bolt lines up with the old mark so that your alignment isn't too far out of place from where it was. Yeah, when they're doing the alignment, they can slide the pivot of the arm forward and back, and that'll adjust the caster a little bit, and also it'll also affect the camber a little bit too. This car has a lot of adjustments, so there's no adjustment on this arm. I can't quite see the upper control arm, but yeah, this is probably the primary adjustment for camber and caster. So then these get torqued up, and then put your shield back in place, and you're all set. So lining up the control arm bolt is pretty difficult to get it exactly where it's supposed to be. So what I did was I took a tie down, hooked it to the tie rod end, and then strung it up to the lift here. So this is actually a basket hanger. I use this for all kinds of stuff like this. I always keep like 4 of them in my toolbox. And then you can pull this back. Moving this back and forth will slide this forward and back. You'll usually have to pull this back a little farther than you think. So you might have to tighten this down and then loosen it up, adjust it again, and then tighten it down again. It took me 3 tries to get it in exactly the right spot. You can see my Sharpie marks right where I wanted it. But that's right where you got to be. And this bolt should be replaced. Torque specs. This is 177 foot-pounds plus 45 to 60 degrees. So you'll tighten it on the nut side. And then the nut here is going to be 30 foot-pounds plus 120 to 135 degrees. So here's the specs written out. So this is the nut and bolt, and this is the ball joint nut. Tighten those up, and you're all set.